Your next ride in Metro Detroit is as close as your smartphone, but is it safe and is it following the rules of the road?
Well, this new trend is turning into a legal crash test between the city of Detroit and not one, but two companies that are now in business.
A 7 investigator Jim Kurtzner first told us about this case that has now led to the city taking action. And Jim, what can you update for us here?
Stephen and Carolyn, exactly what is a taxi? After we did our investigation in February, the city issued a cease and desist order against one company. The manager of that company says, we're not doing anything wrong. So who's right? Let's take a ride on this bumpy road. It's designed to be simple, fast, and cheap, all done through a smartphone app and paid electronically. No cash needed.
The Toyota Camry, it's an Uber X.
This ride went through the heart of Detroit, where the city tried to put the brakes on Uber X.
They have to make sure that they have a city license. They've got to get a permit from the police department so that we can do background checks and make sure that the drivers are safe.
The Detroit manager for Uber says not so fast, and his explanation is turning this into a sort of road rage between this company and not just Detroit, but several cities.
So we're a technology company. What we do is we connect riders with drivers. So we don't own any vehicles, we don't operate any vehicles, and we don't employ any drivers.
There are 3 levels of Uber transportation with different prices. Uber Black, similar to a limo or metro car. Uber SUVs are also available, and the company partners with licensed, insured, established drivers for those. But Uber X is a regular guy using his own car who goes through the Uber screening process. Sean Gamble contacted us after our first story to say he signed up to work St. Paddy's Day weekend to make some extra cash. It took him weeks to get paid, and he could only communicate through email.
Oh, I was extremely frustrated because, it was like one email a day. I mean, even when the guy emailed me, if I responded like within 5 seconds of the email, I wouldn't get a response till the very next day. And he just kept saying, well, we're checking with payroll, we're checking with payroll, we're checking with payroll.
Uber got worldwide attention after one of its drivers hit and killed a 6-year-old girl crossing a street in San Francisco on New Year's Eve. The Detroit manager said he could not discuss that case because it's in litigation.
We definitely feel bad about what happened there, and our condolences go out to the family for that tragic event.
The case raised questions about whether UberX part-time drivers were using only their own car insurance on the road, or if they had additional coverage from Uber.
Every driver on the Uber system has insurance policy that's going to cover that trip.
Another company called Lyft has also opened business in Metro Detroit under the same business model and with the same controversy. Their cars are marked with a pink mustache. The city attorney says both need to leave the road, follow local ordinances, or he will hit them with fines of $25,000.
It could be even higher. It could also involve jail time.
You worried about going to jail?
So we're confident in our position right now that we are not violating any local regulations.
Now, both sides say they're willing to talk, but that hasn't happened yet. Detroit taxi drivers want Detroit to enforce the rules they have to follow. We'll keep on top of this. I'm live downtown, Jim Kurtzner, 7 Action News.